Could a simple penny from 1974 really be worth millions of dollars? It sounds unbelievable, but that's exactly what happened with a select few 1974 Lincoln pennies. Stick around to learn the incredible story of this little coin, why it's so valuable, and how much it's worth in today's market. First, let's go back in time and look at the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent, also known as the wheat penny originally, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse side of the coin features Lincoln's profile, while the reverse has gone through various designs over the years. The 1974 penny falls within the Lincoln Memorial era, where the reverse side showcased the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. But what makes the 1974 penny so special? Let's take a closer look. In 1974, the United States Mint faced a serious problem: the rising cost of copper. The price of producing pennies was almost as much as the penny's face value. So, the Mint explored alternatives to copper and produced experimental pennies made out of aluminum and steel. However, not many of these experimental coins were made. The majority of 1974 pennies were still minted in copper, making them a common sight in circulation at the time. But here's where the story gets interesting. There are rumors of some experimental coins escaping into circulation, and collectors have been hunting for them ever since. One of the most famous stories surrounding the 1974 Lincoln penny is the mystery of the aluminum penny. These experimental coins were meant to test out a cheaper alternative to copper. However, after producing about 1.5 million of these aluminum pennies, the mint scrapped the plan, deciding to stick with copper. Most of the aluminum pennies were supposedly destroyed, but some may have slipped into the hands of private collectors. Today, if you manage to find one of these rare aluminum pennies, it could be worth millions of dollars. In fact, one of these pennies was valued at over $2 million, though it remains illegal to own due to its status as an experimental coin. Now, while the aluminum pennies are the rarest, most 1974 Lincoln pennies were made out of copper and are still in circulation today. But don't be disappointed. Some of these copper pennies are still worth more than their face value if they are in great condition or have unique features. The typical 1974 penny in circulated condition is worth around 2 to 3 cents due to its copper content. But if you happen to have a pristine, uncirculated version, you could be looking at a value of around 30 cents to $1. And that's just for the standard copper pennies. Here's where it gets really exciting. There's a special variety of the 1974 D penny, known as the double die. This error occurs when the coin is struck twice, creating a slightly overlapping design. These rare error coins are extremely valuable to collectors. One of these 1974 D double die pennies was sold for a whopping $16,400. That's right, this tiny penny, due to its rare minting error, is worth over $16,000 in today's market. Finding one of these in mint condition is like striking gold. Wondering if your 1974 penny could be worth thousands? Here are some things to look out for. Check the inscriptions like "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1974 for signs of doubling. Asterisk: the better the condition, the higher the value. Look for uncirculated or mint state coins. Some pennies from the Denver Mint, D-Mint mark, are more valuable, especially with the double die error. As of today, a standard 1974 Lincoln penny isn't going to make you rich, but it's still worth more than its face value. In circulated condition, it's valued at around 2 to 3 cents, while uncirculated pennies can fetch up to $1. But the real treasures lie in the rare error coins, like the 1974 D double die. These coins can be worth thousands, with some fetching as much as $16,400. That's the kind of coin you definitely want to keep an eye out for. So, Could you be sitting on a fortune with that 1974 penny rattling around in your drawer? It's possible. While most 1974 pennies won't be worth millions, there are rare varieties out there that can be incredibly valuable. Whether it's the legendary aluminum penny or the double die error, the Lincoln penny continues to captivate coin collectors and history enthusiasts alike. Check your change and see if you've got one of these rare gems. You never know when a simple penny could turn into a gold mine. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters. What if I told you that a simple 1976 Lincoln penny, a coin most people overlook every day, could be worth up to $19,900 in today's market? Yeah, you heard that right. Millions have been spent on pennies, and this specific penny could be a game changer for you. Let's dive deep into the world of the 1976 Lincoln penny and discover why this coin is so valuable and how much it's worth right now. First, let's explore the history behind this seemingly ordinary coin. The 1976 Lincoln penny was minted during the U.S. bicentennial, a time when the entire country was celebrating its 200th birthday. While most people were focused on the special bicentennial quarters, half dollars, and dollars, the Lincoln penny quietly continued production, largely unchanged from earlier years. It features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that had been in use since 1909. But what makes this penny different? Why does a coin that millions of Americans had in their pocket in the 70s suddenly become so valuable? Now, to understand the value of any coin, rarity plays a massive role. In 1976, over 4.6 billion pennies were produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. That's a huge number, right? But within this massive production run, a small number of 1976 pennies were struck in exceptional condition, either as proof coins or extremely well-preserved specimens, making them rare and highly sought after by collectors today. Coins that come from the Philadelphia Mint have no mint mark, while those from Denver carry a small D mint mark. Proof coins, which were struck specifically for collectors, were minted in San Francisco and bear the S mint mark. High-grade, uncirculated 1976 pennies, especially those that are almost flawless, can be worth a small fortune. And by flawless, I mean no scratches, no wear, just pure mint shine. So, how does a simple 1-cent coin reach values as high as $19,900 today? It all comes down to condition, rarity, and demand. Some 1976 pennies that were never circulated and kept in near-perfect condition have been graded by professional coin grading services as MS68 and higher. Grading scales for coins go up to MS70, meaning a nearly perfect coin, and only a tiny number of 1976 pennies have reached these high grades. The best of the best, those graded MS68, MS69, and higher, have fetched record prices in auctions. In fact, one 1976 Lincoln penny sold for an astonishing $19,900 in a recent sale, and prices for high-grade examples continue to rise as collectors scramble to complete their collections. Now, you're probably wondering, do I have one of these valuable pennies? Here's what to look for. If your 1976 penny looks practically brand new, like it just rolled off the press, then it might be worth checking its grade. A strong, shiny surface with no signs of wear is essential. Avoid any pennies with scratches, nicks, or discoloration. Even small marks can drastically reduce a coin's value. Coins from all mints can be valuable, but proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, with the S Mint mark, are particularly sought after by collectors. If your 1976 penny meets these criteria, you could be sitting on a hidden treasure. Make sure to have it professionally graded to determine its true value. So, what's the current market for a 1976 Lincoln penny in excellent condition? High quality, Uncirculated coins are currently fetching prices anywhere between $1,000 to $19,900 depending on their grade and demand. Of course, most pennies won't reach the top end of this range, but even those in good condition could still bring in hundreds or thousands of dollars. The value of these coins has steadily increased over the years, and as more collectors look to complete their Lincoln penny sets, demand continues to rise. Now, if you think you've got a valuable 1976 penny, how do you sell it? Here are a few options. These experts can give you an accurate appraisal and might even buy your coin directly. Sites like eBay and dedicated coin auction platforms are great places to reach a large audience of collectors. These are fantastic for meeting potential buyers and experts who can help you understand the market value of your penny. So there you have it. The 1976 Lincoln penny, an iconic piece of American history, could be worth much more than just a cent. If you're lucky enough to find one in mint condition, you could turn it into thousands of dollars, maybe even $19,900. So next time you're looking through your change, keep an eye out for that shiny 1976 penny. It just might be a gold mine. If you've found any rare coins or have any questions about coin collecting, drop a comment below and share your story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more coin collecting tips and hidden treasures. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Hello, coin enthusiasts and history lovers, where we explore the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're diving into a small but mighty coin, the 1980 Lincoln penny. It may seem like just a common 1-cent coin, but did you know that some 1980 Lincoln pennies are worth over $19,000 today? That's right. A single penny that once sat in pockets and piggy banks could now make you thousands. So what makes this coin so valuable? Let's find out. To understand the value of the 1980 Lincoln penny, let's first look at its history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was designed by Victor David Brenner, featuring Lincoln's profile on the front and 2 wheat ears on the reverse, hence the term wheat penny for earlier designs. However, in 1959, the wheat penny design was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. By 1980, the Lincoln Memorial penny design was in full swing, and pennies were being produced in massive quantities. At this time, the composition of pennies was 95% copper and 5% zinc. This high copper content would later play a role in their value, especially as copper prices increased in the 21st century. So, what makes some 1980 Lincoln pennies worth thousands, while others are just worth a cent? Several factors contribute to the value. Many of the most valuable coins owe their high prices to minting errors. For the 1980 penny, look out for errors like double die aworth, where the design is accidentally struck twice. This can cause letters and numbers to appear doubled or blurry. Another error to watch for is an off-center strike, where the design is not aligned correctly. Another key to the value of the 1980 penny is its in the coin world, condition is everything. The 1980 penny that sold for over $19,000 was in mint state 67 RD condition, which means it was nearly perfect, showing no wear and tear. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 70 being flawless. Even slight imperfections can lower the value drastically, so those pennies with perfect luster and sharp details are worth the most. Finally, copper itself adds value. Pennies from 1980 still contain a high amount of copper, which has become more valuable over time. In fact, starting in 1982, the U.S. Mint reduced the copper content in pennies due to rising metal prices. This gives pre-1982 pennies, like the 1980 Lincoln penny, an edge over more modern coins in terms of intrinsic metal value. So, How can you tell if the 1980 penny sitting in your jar is worth a fortune? Here's a step-by-step guide. Check for mint marks on the 1980 penny. Look just under the date. You might see no letter, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia, a D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco. Some rare 1980s proof pennies are highly valuable in perfect condition. Look for minting errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect your penny for doubling on the letters and numbers. Double dies and off-center strikes are signs of a valuable error coin. Condition is key. The most valuable 1980 pennies are in near-perfect, uncirculated condition. Look for pennies with no wear, bright red coloration, referred to as red, or RD in coin grading, and sharp details. Now let's talk about the jaw-dropping sales. In recent years, some 1980 pennies have sold for unbelievable prices. One particular mint state 67 red penny fetched $19, $1.20 at auction. Imagine that, a coin that was once worth only a cent being sold for almost $20,000. What made this penny so special was its pristine condition and the fact that it had a flawless red luster. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that have been preserved in such high-grade states. While most 1980 pennies in circulation today are worth just face value, those in excellent condition can be worth much more. A typical 1980 penny in circulated condition will usually fetch anywhere from 3 to 10 cents. However, if you're lucky enough to have one in near mint condition, you could be looking at values of $5 to $50 for higher grade coins. But for that rare mint state 67 RD penny, the current market value is hovering around $19, $1.20. Prices fluctuate depending on the demand and the specific coin, but as of now, collectors are still paying top dollar for these rare finds. For those of you hoping to add a valuable 1980 penny to your collection, or maybe sell one for a nice profit, here are some tips. If you believe your 1980 penny is in excellent condition or has an error, it's crucial to get it professionally graded by a service like this. Will authenticate its value and could significantly increase its selling price. To preserve your coins, always store them in a cool, dry place. Use holders or coin albums designed to protect against moisture and damage. Avoid handling coins directly, as the oils from your skin can tarnish the surface. If you're planning to sell a high-grade or error penny, consider selling through reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions. These platforms often attract serious collectors willing to pay top dollar, and there you have it, folks. The 1980 Lincoln penny, a simple coin with a fascinating history and incredible value potential. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, always keep an eye on your pennies. You never know when one might be worth thousands. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest coin treasure hunts. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting, where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we'll be diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in the Lincoln penny series, the 1983 Lincoln penny. Some of these coins have gained considerable attention over the years, with their values skyrocketing beyond what anyone could imagine. Could this humble penny really be worth millions? Let's find out. But before we get into the jaw-dropping values, let's first understand the background and history of this coin. So, if you're a coin collector or just someone curious about hidden treasures, make sure to stay until the end, where we'll also reveal the current market value of this penny and explain why it's trading at $14.18 in today's market. Let's get started. The 1983 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which started in 1959 and ran until 2008. This series honors President Abraham Lincoln, with his profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the 1983 penny stand out from millions of other pennies produced that year? Well, in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a major change to the composition of pennies. Due to the rising cost of copper, pennies were switched from 95% copper to a zinc core with a thin copper coating. So, pennies minted in 1983 are primarily made of zinc. The Denver Mint, hence the D mint mark on the 1983 D penny, was responsible for producing this particular version. They struck hundreds of millions of these coins, 667,218,000 to be exact. With such a high mintage, you might wonder, how could this be valuable? Well, it all comes down to some unique variations and conditions that have made certain 1983 D pennies highly sought after. The value of the 1983 D penny stems from a few key factors, and one of the biggest is error coins. One of the most famous and sought-after errors in the 1983 D penny is the double die reverse (DDR). This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, causing a doubling effect on the reverse side. Collectors and dealers look for doubling on key areas such as the lettering United States of America, 1 cent, and E pluribus unum. A 1983 D penny with a strong DDR can fetch hundreds, if not thousands of dollars at auction, depending on the condition. This error is rare, which is why collectors are willing to pay a premium for a coin with this unique flaw. Another valuable error seen in 1983 D pennies is the off-center strike. These coins were not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a portion of the design being cut off. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin. Sometimes, pennies were struck on the wrong metal planchets. While this is less common with 1983 D pennies, finding one with a copper planchet could make it extremely valuable. Since the composition was officially changed in 1982, a 1983 penny struck on a copper planchet would be a major error and could command a high price in the market. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Some stories about rare pennies, especially error coins, lead to rumors of coins worth millions of dollars. While no verified sale of a 1983 D Lincoln penny for $1 million has been recorded, high-quality error coins can reach astounding prices. For example, a 1983 penny with a double die reverse in pristine condition once fetched a price close to $16,000 at auction. That's not quite $1 million, but for a penny you might find in your pocket, it's still an impressive return on investment. However, there are circulating stories in coin collector circles that unverified versions of the 1983 D penny might hold even greater value. These tales usually involve minting anomalies that haven't yet surfaced in the market but could, if confirmed, break the $1 million mark. Now, let's talk about the current market value. While the $1 million price tag might be more of a legend, the reality is that the 1983 D penny can still command solid prices, especially if it's in great condition. As of today, the current market value for a 1983 D penny is around $14.18, and that's for a standard coin in average condition. This price reflects the coin's growing appeal among collectors and its historical significance due to the metal composition change in 1982. For pennies in mint state or higher, the value can be significantly more. Coins that have been certified by professional grading services, like PCGS or NGC, often fetch higher prices due to their verified condition and authenticity. Such as those with DDR or off-center strikes, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the severity of the error and the coin's condition. So if you happen to find a 1983 D penny with one of these rare errors, you could be sitting on a gold mine, or rather, a zinc-copper mine. If you have a 1983 D penny in your collection, or perhaps tucked away in a jar of old coins, how can you determine its potential value? Here are a few steps you can take. Check both sides of the coin carefully, especially the reverse, for any doubling in the letters or off-center strikes. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a closer look. The grade of the coin is crucial to its value. Look for scratches, wear, and discoloration. coins in pristine or uncirculated condition will fetch higher prices. If you believe you have a high-value coin, consider getting it professionally graded. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC will authenticate and grade the coin, giving you an official certification of its quality. So, can the 1983 Lincoln penny really be worth $1 million? While it's unlikely that most 1983 pennies will reach that legendary status, there's no denying that these coins hold significant value for collectors, especially those with rare errors or in mint condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, the 1983 Lincoln penny is definitely a coin to keep an eye on. With its fascinating history and the potential for valuable errors, you never know. Your next find could be worth a small fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and hidden treasures. And let us know in the comments, have you ever found a 1983 penny, and what's the most valuable coin in your collection? Asterisk. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Have you ever wondered if a simple penny in your pocket could be worth thousands, maybe even millions of dollars? Well, today, we're diving deep into the 2018 Lincoln penny. A small, ordinary coin that's making some serious waves in the numismatic world. Stay tuned to find out why this modern 1-cent piece is worth a staggering $14,800 and how you could be sitting on a hidden fortune. First, let's rewind the clock for a bit. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. This iconic coin has seen several design changes and minting innovations over the years, but one thing has remained constant: it's a collector's favorite. Now, fast forward to 2018, and we have one of the most valuable pennies in recent history. At first glance, the 2018 Lincoln penny might look like any other modern coin. On the obverse, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's familiar face, and on the reverse, there's the Union Shield, which has been featured on the coin since 2010. But what's really driving collectors wild is what's not immediately visible to the naked eye. The real reason the 2018 Lincoln penny has skyrocketed in value comes down to a few key factors. First, we have what's known as minting errors. These are unintentional mistakes made during the production process, and they can include things like double dies, off-center strikes, or even unique planchet errors. Collectors go crazy for these kinds of coins because they're rare, and rarity equals value. Asterisk. But even a perfectly minted 2018 penny can fetch a premium if it's in pristine condition, what we call mint state 70 or MS70 in grading terms. These coins are flawless under magnification and are incredibly scarce, making them hot commodities in the collector market. So how does a penny that was worth just 1 cent in 2018 end up being valued at $14,800 in 2024? It all comes down to demand and condition. When the coin was first released, collectors were eager to get their hands on high-grade versions. Over time, as more people became interested in numismatics and error coin collecting, prices began to soar. As of now, the highest graded MS70 2018 Lincoln pennies have sold at auction for as much as $14,800. Now, you might be wondering, who exactly is paying this kind of money for a penny? The answer lies in serious coin collectors, numismatic enthusiasts, and even investors. Coins like the 2018 Lincoln penny aren't just valuable because of their errors or grades. They're also a piece of American history. And for collectors, owning a flawless or rare error version of this coin is like owning a treasure from the past. Let's talk a little bit about mint marks. The 2018 Lincoln penny was struck at 3 major U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these mint marks plays a role in the rarity and value of the coin. Coins from the San Francisco Mint, for example, are often proof coins, specially made for collectors with a much higher level of detail. Proof coins, especially in perfect condition, can be worth significantly more than regular circulation pennies. So how do you know if your 2018 penny is worth more than a cent? First, take a close look at the coin's condition. If you've kept your penny in excellent shape, maybe it's never even been in circulation, you could have a valuable coin on your hands. Second, check for any minting errors. A magnifying glass or a coin microscope can help you spot things like doubling on the date or other irregularities. But if you really want to know what your 2018 Lincoln penny is worth, you'll need to get it professionally graded. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC are well known in the coin collecting community and can help you determine the exact grade of your penny. Once graded, your coin will be placed in a protective slab, and the higher the grade, the higher the value. Who knows? You might have a $14,800 penny sitting right in your pocket. In the end, the 2018 Lincoln penny may just be one of the most exciting modern coins to watch. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting out, these pennies have proven that even the smallest, most common-looking coins can hold incredible value. And with the current market prices reaching $14,800, there's never been a better time to check your loose change. Remember, collectors, always keep an eye on those everyday coins. You never know when you might stumble upon a fortune. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos on rare and valuable coins. Who knows what treasure we'll uncover next? Asterisk.